Welcome, I'm so glad you're here. In this video I want to talk about the perfectionist mindset. Perfectionism, or trying to make everything perfect, can be a damaging state of mind. As women, we often feel social pressure to have the perfect house, the perfect children, the perfect relationship, the perfect career. It's almost a badge of honour when the world says to you, I don't know how you do it all. Perfectionism shows itself in many different ways, but setting unattainably high standards is very typical. Often driven by a fear of failure or imposter syndrome, perfectionism can lead to all or nothing thoughts. A perfectionist is either perfect or a total failure. If we're meeting for the first time, I'm Churchill, and I'm on a mission to help women go from self-doubt to self-confidence and take their careers to the next level. None of us is bulletproof to self-doubt and self-sabotage, but there are tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. I've been studying them for 10 years now, and the more I learn and grow, the more I can help other women to do the same. I release a new video every week, so if you don't want to miss out, hit that subscribe button down below and you'll get notifications every time there's a new one. So the notion of perfectionism can often lead to procrastination, not wanting to hand the essay in, not wanting to hand the bid in, not wanting to do the presentation, not wanting to let go of things that you've created because there's always time for one more perfection. But that can lead to a real cycle of delay, which causes anxiety and stress and worry once you have had to let that creation go. Perfectionists also find it very difficult to delegate. They become rooted to the fact that they're the only people that will live up to their own high standards. That's a surefire way to burn out. Trying to do everything yourself can also cause relationship damage with colleagues who don't feel trusted. And this whole cycle of behaviour leads to increased stress, anxiety and even depression. To meet unattainable goals really can have damaging effects both physically and mentally on your health. But the good news is we can learn to get over it. But what we have to remember is it's a gradual process. We have to be kind to ourselves along the way. But here are 3 ways that you might conquer your perfectionism. Number 1 is to take some time for self-reflection. I always find when trying to overcome self-doubt of any kind that self-reflection is always the place to start, because once you become aware of your behaviours, then you can start to do something about them. So take some time to reflect on your behaviours, your attitudes, what happens when you have a setback, how do you react to that? If you do this, I've created a free download so that you can examine your own motivations, reactions, behaviours, attitudes and so on. There's a link to that download right below wherever you're watching this video, so please go ahead and click on that and get started straight away. Number 2 is to challenge that all or nothing feeling. Things are never really quite as black as white as perfect or a failure. If you can measure your progress by looking backwards and see how far you've come, rather than looking forwards to unattainable goals, you'll be able to start seeing that even small steps of progress is progress. In this field in particular, I learnt a lot from a book called The Gap and the Gain by Dan Sullivan and Dr. Benjamin Hardy. You might want to check it out. And number 3 is to cultivate a growth mindset. Always be learning. So a growth mindset considers a challenge or a failure as an opportunity for learning and growth. You can look back and learn from your mistakes. Focusing on the learning rather than the end result is a much healthier mindset. So short and sweet today. Don't forget, I've created that free download for you to help you examine your own thoughts, motivations and reactions. So go ahead and download that right below this video. I always appreciate your feedback. It helps me to bring you the content you want, and it also helps other people to find my stuff. So a little thumbs up and a comment below this would be very much appreciated. Now don't forget, done is better than perfect, because perfect is never done. And you have a fantastic week.